Our project involved 4 objectives. The first one was to find and adopt a no-cost OER textbook for the organic chemistry sequence here within our department on the Statesboro campus. We were hoping to dramatically lower the cost of textbooks for the students. We next aligned what was available with our course objectives and then developed supplemental materials to provide additional resources for the students. Finally, we assessed throughout the project the materials and the student effectiveness, student satisfaction, and student performance.
So the project was started because there is an overburdening cost of textbooks, which affects student life and student success hugely. And most of the time, what happens, students do not purchase the textbook because they cannot afford it. And without having access to the textbook, student comes to the class unprepared, and that is just a pathway or pipeline leading to failures. And so having a no-cost option or low-cost option guarantees at least they have the book which is needed towards their success, and they will have access to critical learning materials. So the proposed project utilizes the available free online open educational resource material available on various OER websites. We want to replace the costly textbook material for the lecture portion of the course. It also proposes to provide supplementary material tailored to our department needs, and to develop the supplementary materials in also such a way that the faculty member teaching will pick up the material in such a way which aligns with their student learning outcomes. So for the statement of transformation, the biggest change we wanted to see that we want to reduce the required cost of the course material portion of our textbook from $200 to $30 by taking advantage of the material available already on OER websites. Our second important transformation we want to see is develop the supplementary material by the lead team members, Dr. Whitlock and me, and simultaneously edit with the rest of the team from the chemistry department or organic section. And then the third important transformation, we want to see the alignment of the content and reinforce the lecture material in the lab as well.
But we also wanted to see some transformation in other areas. Hopefully, we were going to see a great deal of student impact with this, since the students would then have access to these materials from day one and would be able to take advantage of them from the moment they walked into the class, rather than previously when most of them would not buy the text at all, or would wait until after class had started because they were waiting for financial aid or to find a cheaper version or to share with friends or whatever. We're also hoping to see some impact from the department and college level. Again, since all students would have these required materials, we were hoping to see that this would positively impact the learning culture within these courses and within the department. And of course, we wanted to see that traditional university impact, where because these students, again, had access to the materials and hopefully were engaging with them more and interacting with them more, and the department was engaging with them more and interacting with them more, we were going to see if we could see measured reductions in DFW rates and see higher retention and progression through onto their graduation rates. The organic chemistry textbook that you're looking at, they decided to use materials from Merlot and a couple of other sources that were found through the OER network. And this group decided that they were going to host these materials on one of our library guides or a LibGuide from SpringShare. Some of the pros of using the LibGuides as a platform is that this is an open platform. It's not closed like our learning management system is. Most of our faculty do use the D2L learning management system, but they knew that they wanted this to be more accessible than D2L. LibGuides are available to anyone who happens to have the link. They're also a very familiar platform to our students. Libraries use them in any of our instructional sessions, and we also develop them for other programs. And our faculty were also familiar with this from lecture series as well as some of the programs they have done. And also LibGuides have a very low and easy learning curve. They're easy to format, they're easy to navigate for both the creators and the students who are using it. And they're also very easy to update and keep current.
So for the assessment portion, we took track of two assessment parts like quantitative and qualitative measures. We gave the student a pre and post survey to find out their satisfaction by using this material. The faculty was also asked to participate in post surveys. The student performance were linearly tracked by their exam grades and final grades, and the course level retention were tracked upon the students' persistence in the major. So that study is currently going on, but the student satisfaction and faculty satisfaction assessment portion was mainly tracked in the first year. The usage of the LibGuide materials was looked upon through the analytics provided by SpringShare and Google Analytics. So the results, few of the results, what we got from this particular study, in the positive note, we saw that it is a digital format, so it is very easily accessible by the students. It's no cost, so everybody has access to it. And the students are so used to the digital platform, so it can be looked on iPad or phone or computer or laptop. And most of the material was hyperlinked, so it can be easily opened on a new web page and easily readable. The neutral portion where we saw what the students were not thinking positive or negative, the student performance was not heavily impacted by using a textbook which is available digitally, or also the textbook which is available in paper bound form. But the big problem which arose during this study was the unexpected. We did not think about COVID-19, and the study was ongoing, and so we had to unexpectedly switch to online platform, and so that big chaos in between might have some results where students were not sure, like how do they feel about this material. The negative points what we saw in the overall results was most of the students did not realize that there is an online textbook available for this study, and even though it was announced and showcased by the faculty members multiple times. And so the comfortability also with the hard copy, some students are very comfortable having page and printouts in hand in comparison to the digital material. So the student comments for this particular projects mainly were they enjoyed the material, and they did not have to pay for the textbook, and it was very easy to find the detailed information how it was providing. It also, some students mentioned that it was cheaper and they can kind of save a lot of money, and it was very easy to follow like a regular textbook. And then there was one particular comment where their students mentioned that they were unaware that there such kind of textbooks it was even available. The textbooks were uploaded on our D2L system, and it was also available on LibGuide. So there is that.
I'll go quickly through the results for some important questions that were asked in the surveys. For the value, you can see that the results were positive. 79% of the students rated it a good value. Access was also very positive. So the students had access regardless where they were, even when our campus shut down after COVID. They were able to read and understand the material. Once again, that was a positive result. And finally, they did consider it a useful study aid. You'll see, once again, we got positive results that they were able to actually study from home with our OER textbook. And
the faculty comments which we got after the implementation of the textbook through LibGuides. They said like another benefit of having an organic chemistry OER material is that it allows the faculty and students both to focus more on the learning rather than worrying about whether the student has the material or not. And it also helps students work around waiting for financial aid to come through and for the bookstore to bring in order. It was a little bit of the problem first 2-3 weeks. So when they have the material handy from day one, that really helps.
Quickly, you'll see that we did convert all sections of Organic 1 and 2 to the free open source textbook. The students had access through our learning management system or the library LibGuides. They did appreciate the new format, and we have not seen a difference in performance yet, but that is sort of common. I think that's usually seen